flying the T-33. This takes us back to the early days of Army naval, I'm talking about Air Force aviation. When we're
okay, I'm gonna be quiet, make a video on the takeoff. Here we go.
T-33 was the development of the jet fighters so that we could get flight training in jet aircraft. All right, take it off, ladies and gentlemen. Mike and Sam. Yeah, this is a husband and wife team. Now, right now, they're both in the cockpit. Mike is in the rear cockpit, Sam is in the front cockpit. Mike and Sam Tryggvason. Mike is at the control of the Aircat biplane. He's an accomplished aerobatic pilot. They'll be taking off. Again, now Sam is in the front cockpit. He's in the back, flying the aircraft. As they get to altitude here in just a few moments, you'll see the aircraft slow way down because Sam's got to work her way from the cockpit all the way to the top of the wing. For takeoff and landing, she's got to be in the fuselage, sit down in the chair, but for right now, she's going to get ready to work her way towards the top of the wing. Sam in the Aircat. Now she has repositioned herself onto the top of the wing. Now, a little bit different scenario here. He's behind a windshield. The wind's blasting off him. She's on top of the wing. She's catching the full force of the wind. As the wind comes over the top of the wing, she's got no protection for the wind whatsoever. All right, as they catch you in, let's give a big one, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 18 Super Hornet. Designed initially as a quadbuster, it has been completely transformed for an airshow experience. With a 450 horsepower, practically the R985 radial engine, a custom smoke system, and of course, a wing rack on top. Sam says she's got the best seat in the airshow.
All right, kid. Stay right there. I'm going to go walk around a little bit, okay?
Yes. Get ready.
The Grumman G164 AgCat was primarily used for the
Sam on top of the wing
in Greece. But this AgCat is painted white to pay homage to the 50th Aero Squadron of the 1920s who flew the DH-4. Better known as cleanest skies of German enemy aircraft. Watch out, smoke is on. He's pushing the nose down. Again, she's out there experiencing wind speeds just like a, well, better way to describe it, about a Category 4 hurricane. Watch as they come across the top. All the way to the silver sloop. And there's Sam, up on top, experiencing a whole wind and excitement.
Yeah, this is a wing walk that I do see at an air show in Virginia, the Flying Circus Air Show, same thing like that.
Get ready for Sam's favorite maneuver, it's called the hammerhead. And come back down, back towards show center. Get your cameras ready for the aileron roll. Look at that. Again, Mike's down in that cozy cockpit while his wife Sam's up on top of the wing. The wing walker on top makes energy management absolutely critical. Every maneuver is carefully calculated for safety, timing, and performance. There's more to this team than just daredevil stunts. When she's not at an air show, Sam works as a commercial space industry where she makes maneuver recommendations for space science missions as a satellite pollution avoidance engineer. She's also served for several years in the military and now works as a combat airfield operations air traffic controller for the Air National Guard. There she is waving on top of the aircraft. You can wave back, she can see us.
Doing a stall and a spin.
Sam says her entire professional career was revolved around risk management, and wing walking is no different. It's a thrilling challenge that requires his duo to identify every failure mode and engineer around it. Mike is a mechanical engineer and an airline pilot who has designed experimental equipment used aboard the International Space Station and has even built rockets designed to go into space. Together, Sam and Mike make an incredible discipline, curiosity, and a shared appreciation of math and science. The repeatable success of their high-flying performance that you see here today. So you wonder, how did Sam get starting into wing walking? At 22, she dreamed of becoming a pilot, but her entire level entry job couldn't cover the high cost of flight training. Determined, she sought a second job, and when she applied to be a wing walker for a team in Oklahoma, she competed in her first season performing at air shows in 2014 between both jobs and saved enough to cover her flight training. That following spring, she flew every day after work and extra on weekends to earn her pilot's license in just 1 month. And in the process, she didn't just become a pilot, she fell in love with wing walking. And here they come. Watch as he pulls back on the stick and a nice barrel roll. How many of you out there today would do this? You'd be interested in wing walking? You raise your hand? Y'all are nuts. That's all I can tell you. You're nuts. You'd be an elite few, because there's not a lot of people in the country that wing walk anymore. As this is the way it looked, ladies and gentlemen. Think back in the 1920s and 30s as barnstormers crisscrossed America, wowing and thrilling crowds all across the country with these amazing flying machines. As aviation was still relatively new back in the 20s and 30s, remember, the first airplane flight was in 1903. But these barnstormers, as they were known as, would fly across the country performing at small air shows or just showing up at a small town selling rides enough to make money to get gas to fly to the next town. And of course, you had some of those daring wing walking routines in the world, as some wing walkers would actually change from one plane to another. Look at this as we get a little dance side to side. Aileron. Giving us a nice look at the ad cap. There she is on top. Now you see her. Now you don't. Now you see her. Absolutely amazing, ladies and gentlemen. So much fun to have Mike and Sam with us today. And of course, being a husband and wife team, well, you better learn how to get along with each other. But believe it or not, they don't have to communicate verbally. They have to use hand signals that they've developed to help them communicate between the two of them. Now again, Mike won't be able to land the aircraft until Sam is safely back off the top of the wing. So in a few moments, you'll see him slow that airplane down as slow as he can. But we're talking still about 70, 80 miles an hour. And she's got to be able to work her way down from the top, down back into the fuselage. So again, takes a lot of work and effort. Now, of course, one of the interesting things about wing walking is that that person on top of the wing really messes up the beautiful flight characteristics of the aircraft. So again, it takes a lot of work on Mike's part, because even though she's not very big, she does create a lot of drag and pull on that top wing. Give her a wave. She's waving at all of you up there. She can see you waving back. Woo, look at that. That's a nice photo right there, ladies and gentlemen. What an amazing couple. Fun to work with great people, by the way. And again, it takes a lot of trust. Now we'll watch for the aircraft again to begin to slow down. This will give Sam an opportunity to reposition from the top of the wing down to the bottom, back into the fuselage. Again, for safety reasons, the plane can't land with her on top. If any of you saw the latest Mission Impossible movie, that was the incredible stunts that Tom Cruise did on those aircraft. And again, he does all his own stunts, by the way, for that movie. It was really amazing to watch. And again, a couple of biplanes battling out the side, similar to what you're seeing here today, of course, without all the fight and drama. But an amazing performance again. Looks like Sam is now repositioning back into the fuselage of the aircraft. What an amazing performance. Ladies and gentlemen, what did you think of Mike and Sam? Let's give them a big round of applause. Amazing job. This is a wing walking team. This is courage in motion. Wow, always fun to watch. Again, a neat piece of history, taking us again back to the 20s and 30s. Days of barnstorming, wing walking, and daring young men in their flying machines. And if you ever get a chance to if you ever go to a museum, take a close-up look at some of those World War I planes. I mean, it's amazing that people didn't get in them and fly, but they did. And because of all that, of course, we have the great, incredible aircraft that we have today. It's hard to think that from 1903 until World War II, about 50 years, we went from a rickety old biplane to jet aircraft. And then within 50 years of that,